Great leaders don't set out to be leaders. They set out to make a difference. Hello everyone, this is your host Shefta Khan and you're watching Story Makers. Today, I'm honored to have Mr. Subir Malhotra, whose exceptional leadership is making a difference in the constructional landscape. In a fraction of seconds, we'll dive into his journey of innovation, exceptional constructional legacy, which has onboarded Capacit'e in a new, insightful journey. Well, moving ahead, let's onboard Mr. Subir Malhotra with us. Hello, sir.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Well, we're doing great. Nice to have me on the show,
Yeah.
and nice to be here. Pleasure talking to you guys.
So it's going to be a pleasure having you on board with us today. But before we move ahead and get to know more about your organization and the company, I would like to know about you and the background where you come from.
Okay, so I am now a Delhiite.
Now a Delhiite.
Now a Delhiite.
Why
I have been
so?
in Delhi. I have been in Delhi now for close to 45 years. And I did my schooling from DPS Arkepuram. I did my civil engineering from BITS Pilani,
Wow.
and that was way back 87, 88, I think. And then I did my internships and my jobs for a few years. And I was always feeling the little kick of doing something on my own. Kind of very interested in handling my own profit and losses.
Wow.
So I started doing something in 91 on my own. And that was the journey of when I was doing something that was linked to the construction industry and the interior industry, which I did for almost till 2012. 2012 was when when Rohit, Katyal, Rahul and myself, we sat down.
The founders.
The founders of
Okay.
present day Capacit'e.
Capacity.
We sat down one fine day. I still remember the day. It was an evening at the Bombay Golf Club. And हमने कहा कि चलो एक construction company बनाते हैं.
Wow, from there it all started.
Yes.
So interesting.
So I still remember, a few months ago, the three of us went back to that place. और हमने कहा याद है उस table पे हम बैठे थे. So that was the interesting journey of how we started.
Lovely. So, sir, the organization, the company Capacit'e has executed quite a high-rise buildings and gated communities. Could you highlight some of your most iconic or transformative projects from different regions or maybe Delhi NCR?
So, as you go through the portfolio of works which Capacit'e has finished and completed, there are some of those which really shine out. I mean, I can always talk about fantastic tall rise buildings.
Of course.
Where, each flat is selling today for 150 crores and whatnot. But some of the projects which are really touching and really, like you used the word, transformative.
Yeah.
We did a hospital in Varanasi.
Okay.
So happened that Tata Trust was doing a oncology hospital in Varanasi. And Tata Trust floated some tenders out and we got the tender from Tata Trust to do an oncology hospital over there.
It's a cancer hospital.
It's a cancer hospital.
Yeah.
We finished the hospital in 11 months.
Wow.
It is today, even maybe in whatever book of records is counted, the fastest hospital delivered.
Was by the company Capacit'e. Lovely.
Not only by us, by, I would say across the board, I could say this is the fastest hospital. We still have photographs, it was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister. And we still have photographs when on A particular day there was flat land and on B particular day there was the full hospital, which is exactly 11 months down the line.
So like you mentioned, it took 11 months to complete that one giant hospital and it was a success. It's a success story
Undoubtedly,
now.
yes.
Yes. It's maybe like in some book of records. You never know.
Well, it is. They say it is in some book of records.
Some
I'd like
book
to
of
see
records.
that book.
We'll figure that out. But can you just tell us a number? How many months or years it takes to build any hospital or any construction site so that the viewers who are watching, they can relate that 11 months is a a big number that you pulled, that the entire team has pulled out?
Okay, so let me put it this way. That today, in the present way of working, let me break it down more simply for our viewers. What has happened in the present government working is that they have said that, look, here is a set of drawings. आप हमें बता दो ये कितने की चीज बनेगी.
अच्छा.
So there is one figure that is normally quoted. It is not like the old times where, there was a set of drawings and people would keep on doing that work for tens of years. So now they say, this is a set of drawings, just give us one price and this is the time period we want you to do it in. Normally that time period ranges between, for a hospital, 24 to 36 months, depending on how much work
double of what you have built.
Yes. But to do this was, it really required all our engineering skills, all the different kind of technologies that we could get into the picture.
Right.
Especially given the fact, like what you said, it is a cancer hospital. So a lot of the equipment which goes in, the MRI machines and the CAT scan and the PET machines which go in, they cannot just go into any which room because they have radiations in it.
Absolutely.
So the rooms have to be designed with a particular thickness of walls, with a particular amount of steel inside.
Right.
And it has to be approved by the Atomic Energy Commission of India. Because that is when they actually certify that you are in this room and outside there is no radiation.
True.
So there is a lot of technology, lot of hard work of designing which is involved.
And these radiations are so harmful for your body that if even a single, it goes out of the room, it is harmful for anybody who's working outside.
So even when these machines operate, we all know the kind of effects it can have on the people who are fighting the disease. But if it goes out to a person who does not need it, it can be very harmful.
Absolutely.
So that is when, the government has laid down certain rules and regulations and standards about how these rooms have to be designed.
Right.
And so you have to go make sure that your thing is as per those designs and then execute it. So yes, it was quite a task, and I should say that more than anything, that the team at Capacit'e was most happy at the 11-month closure of the
Because it's not just 11 months. It's not about just constructing a building or maybe just a hospital. It's about constructing an oncologist hospital which has to be taken care with minor precision.
Yes.
And once you fail at it, maybe it's all down.
Oh yeah. So you look at, I always talk to people about the social responsibility of such works that we are doing.
Yeah.
ठीक है, एक काम होता है कि किसी ने एक बिल्डिंग बनाई और that building is good for people to sit in, but no, you actually have people sitting below the roof that you're constructing. You have a social responsibility that people will drive on the roads that you make, people will sit below the roofs that you construct, people will actually drive on the bridges that you make. So the responsibility that you carry with it is not something that you can play around with.
Definitely not. You have to take care of all the minor details.
So let me just give you, you said what are some of the projects. There's another project. So just incidentally, we have been given the third project by this client in Mumbai.
Okay.
And this is by a trust which is called the Saifi Burani Upliftment Trust.
Okay.
Now the Saifis are a very revered community over there, and they took it upon themselves that they would redevelop the whole Bhindi Bazaar area of Mumbai. I don't know if any of you people have seen that. It is, thin lanes, people staying in small flats, and it's something that is now lived its life as far as a building is concerned.
So they wanted to redevelop that area where people were already
free of cost. The trust took it upon themselves that they would develop free of cost. And so they decided that for all the people who are staying in those small chawls, each of them would get a small little house free of cost. The person who is doing a small little business, maybe he runs a cycle repair shop or a juice shop or
Yeah.
something below, gets a shop to run his business, again redeveloped free of cost
In that same area.
in that same area.
Okay.
And that building, the first building which went up was some 35-40 stories. It was a super high rise. So obviously they could get more people into the same building and vacate more space which was lying next door. And then the people who were lying next door vacated more space, and then they could make the second building. Then it happened that the third building. So this is,
Yeah.
I think, the fourth building that they're doing.
Wow.
All of which the trust funds on its own.
This is one point. The second point, what usually people gets to hear in the news or maybe somewhere around, that what builders do, they see a place, they see a property, and they see some kind of opportunity there. They make people vacate that place, and whatever emotions that were attached, they don't care. And they ask people to actually vacate that place and go to some other whatever building they make for them. And now the disaster that comes here is that people don't.
Yes. So
But the difference here is that the company that has planned it is free of cost. The first
So I
thing.
think the major factor over there was that the trust itself carried such a lot of confidence and value in the community itself.
Itself, correct.
That when the trust said कि हम ये आपके लिए करके देंगे, it was much different than a regular builder coming in and saying, okay, let me redevelop
Yeah,
your house
right,
for you.
right.
It was the trust which the community could get from there.
True.
That they actually said, okay, we'll move out. So much so that even for the first vacating, they made a building.
And
they
then-
said, अच्छा आप यहाँ आ जाओ,
अच्छा, फिर उसके
अब आप
बाद-
अपनी जगह खाली कर दो.
Wow.
And that is how it has moved. And now the wheel is in motion.
True.
They have a plan to redevelop.
Now
the
it
whole
is
thing.
all automated.
Yeah. So you look at the number of people who are going there, who get a good place to stay in. They may be staying on the 25th, 30th floor.
Wow.
They have an elevator which takes them. They have tiled flooring just like what you would have at your place.
Correct.
A small little kitchen. So you've transformed so many people's.
And maybe a place for them to do their business that they were
Undoubtedly,
doing it
yes.
already.
Yeah. So such projects make a more impact on
Yeah.
what you're actually doing. Then yes, we do other business. We do lots of other
Yeah.
hospitals, lots of commercial buildings, lots of
Yes.
other things. But these are some things which can touch you sometimes.
This was more than a construction. It was more about a story that we would all would like to hear.
Yeah.
And so
you
beautiful and
people must
heart-touching.
sometimes come down and see. The more I think about it, the more incidents I think about it. The first construction that started over there was no place even to keep a concrete pump because the
The
place
lanes
was so
were,
congested.
yeah.
रात को ट्रैफिक रोका जाता था एक तरफ से. The police was there to help. The people of the community were there to help. रात को ट्रैफिक रोकते थे, पंप रास्ते में सड़क पे लगाते थे, कंक्रीटिंग करते थे, सवेरे उसको साफ करते थे ताकि सड़क फिर चले.
Wow.
So that is how that building has come up.
So beautiful. I would personally like to visit
Yeah,
that
you people
place.
should come over and see. It's now the fourth building that those people
Yeah.
are making, and it's a wonderful. You can actually see it in front of yourself.
Lovely. Now coming to that, like people at Capacit'e, how they meet local challenges here in Delhi, NCR or Bombay, like because we have other competitive companies as well, where they promise so many XYZ things. So how people at Capacit'e, try to meet local challenges?
So let me, answer it in a slightly different way.
Sure.
Construction industry is an industry which operates on seemingly very slender margins, and in actual even worse.
No
It
profit
may-
at all?
Well, I wouldn't say no profit, but you may look at the numbers, but at the end of the day, there are so many risks involved.
True.
And the time period before you can actually start a project and it is delivered successfully,
Yeah.
the time period and the risks that may involve or come up in that time period
Yeah.
can be quite immense.
Correct.
So, at the end of the day, what a constructing company has to understand is that any delay that you do in a handover of the project will only hurt you. A project
And an
that was
additional expense
for the organization.
Correct.
I can say with a lot of pleasure that yes, we made a hospital in 11 months, but also if you look at it the other way, constructing it in 11 months made sure that whatever profitability was there in the project was actually derived.
Right.
If that same project was made in say 22 months, you would lose money on the project.
Absolutely.
Because your fixed costs, you run such a big, huge infrastructure, cranes and lifts and concrete pumps and material at site. When you have all that happening,
True.
and you actually want it for 11 months, but it turns out you are using it for 22 months, you are bound to lose money on that.
Absolutely.
So in simple terms, today the contractor can only make money if he delivers in time. And that is something that today everyone must be sensitive to. It is no longer the time ke acha kar lenge jab karna hai. Today even the client is more aggressive,
particular about time,
because rules have come to such a nature. RERA is there, they have promised buyers that we will give you the place in XYZ period of time.
True.
So everyone is now more cognizant of the fact that this is no longer a come when you may kind of business. You have a very particular timeline to it, you have to adhere to that timeline, and yes, you have to face the challenges which come with that timeline.
So what are the challenges that you face? Like there are two different verticals now where the people are living, and the second is the hospitals and the schools. For example, there's some delay in the construction of people where they are living and the delay in the construction of a hospital. So how is it different? And how the people at Capacit'e manage to do it?
So look this way, that the delay which is actually happening across the board, and I must say that the industry per se is looking for ways and means to overcome this challenge, is that today an accepted challenge in the industry is that there is a shortage of labor.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, today it is a known fact. Even the doyens of the industry, like the chairman of L&T, has said that the only challenge we face is labor shortage. And I can say on this platform that the only challenge we face is labor shortage. If we want 5 cranes tomorrow, we can buy 5 cranes tomorrow. If we want 10 lifts tomorrow, we can buy 10 lifts or pumps tomorrow.
But we cannot buy
labor. Na? So what can you do to overcome this problem?
Yes.
And that is something that we believed in and we tried to solve ever since the first year of our firm. That believe in technology, invest in technology, and ensure that the technology reduces the timelines that you have to spend on a project.
Yes.
So for all the various kinds of form work means in simple words, jo shuttering lagti thi. So we went to the best of the world. We bought the most expensive form work at that time. And today, when you come to our sites in say Delhi or Mumbai or something and see a super high rise, we regularly, talk about wanting to do 2, 3, 4 slabs of a building in a month.
Yes.
So if you don't believe in that technology, and if you don't get that technology, and you're constructing, like we are constructing an 80-story building in Mumbai.
Oh wow.
Now if you're making an 80-story building and you construct 1 slab a month, you need 80 months to finish it.
True.
By the time you get out of the project, it's going to be 7 years.
Yes.
So that cannot happen.
No.
You want something to happen at the site so that you can do the same thing in 2 years, 3 years.
Yes.
So what do? You believe in technology, you make sure that you're casting 3, maybe 4 slabs a month, and you reduce your time cycle. So believe in the kind of technology that you get at your workplace.
Doesn't matter if it is expensive or no.
See, that is the only way to execute it.
Yeah.
If you have to do super high rises, today with a lot of joy I can say that amongst the largest number of super high rises being done in South Mumbai would have been done by Capacit'e. Now if we have not invested in that technology, we wouldn't have got that laurel.
Absolutely.
Today people believe that if they come to Capacit'e will be able to offer them some kind of a system, some kind of a process, some kind of a technology which will make them get their project faster.
True.
So that is something that we believed in. Secondly, we got various kinds of ERPs into our system. So you see the ERPs which were earlier available were available for standard business and not particularly catering for the construction business. The construction business has its own timelines and its own nuances of how they have to get the work done. So the ERP has to respond to that challenge.
Right.
Today, I have to say that a simple storekeeper's job at Capacit'e is amongst one of the most important jobs that we have.
Wow.
Why so? Because that storekeeper is the person who sits in his store and feeds on his computer
Yes.
that this is the amount of material I need at site.
Yeah.
When the material comes, he feeds it on his computer that this is the amount of material I have received at site.
Yes.
And then he punches it on his computer कि इतना मैंने site पे दे दिया. He has to be almost like
It's real time.
real time. He has to be almost as good as an IT engineer
Absolutely.
or an IT professional who knows what is happening because he is operating a full ERP.
And so required and needed when you are doing a high-rise building or any construction, you are doing.
Because
believe it or not, for every minute detail you have to keep a check.
Oh yes. So the ERP, you're very rightly, then had to have what we call a maker and checker kind of system.
Right.
So someone is making it, someone has to check it, someone has to order it,
Deliver
someone has to
it.
deliver it.
Yeah.
And अगर वो एक कागज का टुकड़ा चल रहा होता इधर उधर, आधे तो कागज गुम गए होते और फिर आधे लोग कह रहे होते हैं हाँ जी मेरे पास तो आज आया है मैं अभी कल तक कर दूंगा और वो चीज कभी नहीं हो पाती
100%.
So that is why these systems had to come in, and today that is why we are at a point where we can respond faster to the demands of a client.
Well said. And जितने brief से आपने समझाया है for everyone who's watching and even the people who are not from the construction background, they would even get it.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, moving on. Urban centers like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, NCR are witnessing a boom in the vertical living.
Yes.
What are some key trends you are observing pan-India in high-rise construction, and how is Capacit'e staying ahead of the curve?
So the answer to the first part is that Mumbai responded to vertical development few years before Delhi.
It's always ahead of Delhi.
Yeah, no. Also because okay, let me go back one step. Delhi is in a seismic zone 4. And Mumbai is in seismic zone 3. 3 means it is safer to construct very tall buildings.
Okay.
Which 3 means that there is hypothetically a lesser risk of an earthquake happening there.
In Mumbai?
In Mumbai. Okay. And 4 means there is a slightly more risk of an earthquake being encountered in Delhi. Okay. I don't want to psych people out, but that is how
I'm already getting it.
But that is how it is planned.
Okay.
But how does that happen? How do you overcome that?
Yes.
Between 3 and 4, the amount of safety that goes into a building increases manyfold. So, you could easily construct a 50, 70, 80 story building in Mumbai. But the moment you wanted to do that in Delhi, you had to make sure that you met all the guidelines of that super safety that you have to get into Delhi. And now when the technologies and the science and the materials are available.
Yes.
Now Delhi has come to a point where Delhi starts talking about 60, 70. I hear there is an 80-story building also coming up in Delhi somewhere. That is because now the industry has started offering various kinds of new materials, new kinds of technologies, and well, I can say the prices have also matured to such a level that people are willing to buy slightly more houses, expensive houses.
Right.
So that is why Delhi is now experiencing this vertical growth.
What Mumbai has already experienced it way before.
So in Mumbai, talking about 1 lakh rupees a square feet till some time ago was okay.
Yeah.
It is now Delhi starts talking about.
But why is it like Mumbai is not likely to experience an earthquake, but Delhi is more?
No, that is not your call or my call.
It is nature.
That is a geographical check which has been done.
Already
it is available all over the world. Japan is in 5.
Okay.
But still Japan has 80-story buildings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that is not something that is, a question of why 3 or 4. This is how the
But
plates
with
of...
the increasing infrastructure, increasing technology, we can experience Delhi building 80, 90 story also.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so the kind of,
how
this,
companies are emerging, I mean, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter at all.
you should actually see this, feat of engineering, which is this new bridge which has been made on the Chenab, which is linking, Srinagar by rail.
Okay.
So एक नया ब्रिज बना है. It's a beautiful feat of construction. And वहाँ पे भी earthquake आते हैं.
100%.
और वो ऐसा ब्रिज बना है which is almost like 80 stories high. उसके ऊपर जाके एक ब्रिज बनाया है उन्होंने. You should see the photographs. It's beautiful.
I would love to, yeah.
तो उसमें भी earthquake आते हैं. उसके earthquake के भी संभालने के तरीके हैं. They have put in technologies so that it can take care of that. So now the technologies are available. Now you can very easily and safely make those buildings now in such areas.
Okay. Coming to that, we have another question in line, and that is seismic safety, sustainability, and construction efficiency are keys in vertical developments,
Yeah.
right? And especially across NCR. Now, how does Capacit'e addresses these priorities in tower projects?
So we as an industry generate a lot of, or used to generate a lot of pollution. Our carbon footprints are pretty
Okay.
high. हमने सीमेंट भी बना वहाँ पे,
जी.
स्टील बना वहाँ पे,
जी.
और ब्रिक्स कहीं बर्न हो रही हैं. And so the materials that we were using were kind of, only adding to the footprint in some way or the other.
Okay.
Now people talk about and are experiencing, we are doing a project for Signature Towers, Signature in Gurgaon,
Okay.
where sustainability is a big, feat about how we are going to get material from places which have not really, so to speak, polluted the environment, how we are going to make sure that the building is not polluting in itself,
Right.
how it is sensitive to the fact that it is not an energy guzzler कि यहाँ पे भी lights हैं, वहाँ पे energy के air conditionings हैं.
Right.
So all of them are being counted today, accounted today. People make audits of how much energy a building is going to use and then make sure of it. So yes, we are getting, as an industry, I can say the word, more sensitive to this. And people already talk about zero carbon footprint buildings, which means that there is absolutely no pollution,
no emission
on that, and that is very soon going to become the norm. So platinum, okay, so India has a system which is called Greha.
Okay.
So you can have Greha of various kinds, and then the top end Greha makes you follow the guidelines by which you are more sensitive to environmental and EHS matters.
So Capacit'e as a construction company, what new projects can we expect in the near future?
So as I told you, we are basically a building construction company.
Right.
Now the building construction has contours which range from, like I told you, maybe a low cost housing project, like a redevelopment project, all the way up to maybe a Trump Tower like the one that we have done in Mumbai.
Right.
A hospital like the oncology hospital that we spoke about,
mentioned.
or the other hospitals that we are doing. You can talk about universities, you can talk about airports, you can talk about railway stations. Railway stations are a huge opportunity which is coming in because,
at Capacit'e?
Not only at Capacit'e, even the present push as far as the Ministry of Railways is to ensure that almost 60, 70, 80% of the railway stations have to be redone.
Oh.
And they have already started being. So the old structures, so they are a huge project. We are not doing it. I know of another company which is doing it, which is redoing the whole Delhi railway station.
Oh.
And
actually, that's required.
The Ahmedabad one has been already awarded. Mumbai has already been awarded.
Now I know recently it was Orcha, which was recently constructed near Jhansi and Gwalior.
Yeah. And the one at Ayodhya has been, I think, redone.
Okay.
So the railway stations is a major opportunity which I can say exists for Capacit'e. Then besides this, I think the next line and level that we are aspiring to get into is to get into the data center business also.
Okay.
Now, data centers for us becomes, a very interesting field, because we already are finishing or about to finish 13 data centers as a project for BSNL / whatever ministry. And these data centers have now given us a pre-qualification to bid for the other data center jobs which are coming out. And data centers are going to become even more of an opportunity, because the new Information Technology Act, which is coming out very soon by the government in its parliament, is going to say that all the data which is generated in India has to technically stay in India.
Oh.
Which means that we buy something on Amazon or Flipkart or whatever, and that information that you have bought something should stay in India.
In India.
So that means that there is a humongous amount of data that is being generated, that in future, in a few months, will now have to be perforce staying in India. Not only this, the cost of storage of data in India is much lesser than the cost of storage of data abroad.
Okay.
So people like Amazon, people like Microsoft are making their own data centers in India.
Wow.
They've already started doing that in India. So data centers
so we can see a shift.
Yes.
A big shift.
So that is a new technology, not a new technology, a new opportunity that is coming up.
Yeah.
And India, touchwood, has a lot of inherent expertise in constructing such things.
Yeah.
So we have already tied up with experts at Capacit'e to bid for major data centers which are coming up.
Gee.
And as far as the data center is concerned, you'll see from what we would count for a simple cost of construction for a house to a cost of a data center, that is maybe say 3-4 times.
Right.
So as far as revenue is concerned, in the same amount of period, you would do 4 times the revenue if you make a data center vis-a-vis you make a regular housing project.
100%.
So
it's all about where you are investing your time and money and effort.
So yes, so that is also a strong push that we are doing in Capacit'e as far as data centers is concerned and hospitals is concerned.
Lovely. But looking ahead, what is Capacit'e infrastructure strategy and vision, in the near future? Where do you see Capacit'e?
So as a vision, we have a very simple kind of a 2-liner vision, which let me break it up for you. The vision is that we should be internally the most efficient. Internally we should be efficient. Externally, we should be from a point where the client should be happy with the quality and the speed at which we have executed the work.
Oh.
And the end result is that when we see a client coming back and giving us a repeat order.
Trust is like a major factor.
So like I said, SBUT gives us its 3rd project.
Yes.
Raymond's in Bombay is maybe giving us its 6th project.
Wow.
Lodha is maybe giving us its 3rd or 4th project. So when such clients come back to you and say, "Acha, ek aur karo hamare liye," that is a validation of what you have actually delivered to them.
True.
So that
100%, 100%. The repeat orders are actually giving you a sign that you have done something in the past.
Which is correct.
Which is correct.
Right.
True. Money to theek hai, that is a different thing that you get.
Yeah.
But repeat orders are definitely, and I love the vision Capacit'e has, and you're actually building it strong, and the vision is super, super strong.
Thank you so much.
And I won't say that love to be working with the Capacit'e in the near future, but definitely would love to meet the team.
Well, anytime, you're most welcome. Come over anytime. You people are invited to our office. Let me take you around to some of the projects that we are doing, and you can see what's actually happening on the ground.
Yes, because the people, the team who are actually working on the site, they are making a difference.
That is the team.
That is the team, and they are making a difference. Like the oncologist hospital that we just mentioned, it was not just constructing a 4-wall building.
So it's a very taxing industry. It demands a lot from the team down,
100%.
From the actual unskilled labor all the way up to the management.
Correct.
And I would say each level is playing a very strong role in Capacit'e.
Right.
And as what we were just talking about the other day, that Capacit'e is at the point where we want to leapfrog to the next stage of growth.
100%. While leaving you, I will all say kudos to all the engineers who are putting the day and night at
Not only engineers. There
everybody, all
there are
the-
chartered accountants, accounts people, finance people,
I'm
purchase
sure
people.
by now they have become an engineer for sure. काम करते करते लोगों के साथ you become one. आपको सब आ
So
जाता है.
yes, that's the whole team that is
Yes.
there, and I must say that
Kudos
it is
to them.
Thank you so much.
100%.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us over.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being such a wonderful guest for today.
You're welcome.
This was your host Shefta Khan, and you're watching Story Makers. I will meet you until next time.